Shall we continue with the obsidian pieces? I think we shall. I think we should. They're kind of thin, and I can pretty much see what they're going to be like. So the next stage is to get rid of all the surface, original surface. Let's see what we got. There's a couple of big holes in this one, so I'm not sure what's going to happen with this one. So I'll do that one first. This one's the most difficult one. Most difficult one to see what I can make out of it. Yeah. All right. If I get rid of that entirely, it's not going to be a big deal. So let's do that first. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of it, but I don't know what I'm going to make out of it. Just narrow it down, I suppose. Get the overall shape narrowed down so I can start running some flakes to the interior more easily. Sometimes I set the flaker on the platform, sometimes I just freehand it. I guess that's what I would call it. I don't set it in, I just kind of hit. The times that I set it on the platform is the times that I need to make sure it's actually seated. I can feel it seated by pushing on this and also keeping this steady. So I'm going to go after the problem areas first. These problem areas, these little holes. And then I'll do the skinning of the original surface. Or I should say the skinning off of the original surface. And I'm using steel. This is a steel flaker. It's a steel nail. Spike nail, 1/4 inch diameter. But you'll have to go to the hardware store and measure it, because they don't tell you it's a 1/4 inch diameter when it's a spike nail. The only specifications, I think, are just the length of it. And it's not galvanized. Just a plain shiny nail. I think they use them for landscape hole downs. They hold down, various things in the landscape. So I think they also call them pins, landscape pins or something. I don't know. So I got rid of the holes for the most part. There's still some remnants of the holes, but I'm not going to worry too much about those since they're in the middle. And I'm going to leave it relatively thick so it doesn't break, because those holes are weak spots. So just random flaking to get it contoured. Yeah, I don't know. Got a step fracture. And it's kind of nasty right there anyway. I got some mineral inclusions or something. But it seems to be flaking all right because of the high quality of the surrounding obsidian. I'm still able to get flakes relatively easily. All right, so I think I've pretty much contoured this surface where I want it. Pretty much. It's not going to be beautiful or perfect or pretty. It's good enough. I'm using the coarse abrader because it removes a lot of the edge, and that's what I need. I'm going to start skinning off the original surface. Now this surface is this surface contains defects, so the flakes may not go exactly where I want. Yeah, that's an understatement. Might not be the greatest idea to use steel to skin off these flakes, but oh well. The aluminum flaker, 3/4 inch diameter, seems like it would be too large for these small edges and small areas. I'm feeling the flakes. Small areas I need to hit. Sometimes in between defects. I don't want to make it too thin because that hole, I think I'll keep it in there, but we'll see. It may mess everything up. That one hole in here may mess everything up. We'll see. Yeah, I think I have a piece of glass bugging me in there. I need to tape it up. I'll do it on the next one, I suppose. I don't see any clear good platform, so I'm going to clean it up with the pressure flaker. All right. Pressure flaking obsidian is a 2-glove operation. Oh yes. All right. Okay, I gotta keep an eye on that focus. So this might take a while. There's a little yellow box on the viewfinder. When that little yellow box disappears, it's no longer tracking the right area, so I have to refocus. So I might have lots of interruptions. Yeah, I'm gonna take down this edge in both directions. Because it's not clean at all. I gotta clean up this edge. In both directions. You'll see what I mean in a minute. It's got to be convex in both directions with nice straight edges, just so it's easier to deal with. So those of you who are new, I dull the edges every time so I can push on the edge without the edge crushing. And I have a video describing my tools, except for my newest one here. This is 3/4 inch aluminum. I have not used it yet in this video. The length is around 6, I don't know. But don't pay attention to the length, because it's not the proper length. It's too short for what I'm doing, but I make doo-doo with what I got. So I'll be flaking across that to clean it up. So I got to move the edge toward that face. Trying to see where the defects are, and on this side near the edge, and hopefully eliminating some, hopefully figuring out where they all are, all the defects, so that I can get a better idea of where to flake. I'm not going to be able to take advantage of every platform because there are obstacles in the material itself. Yep. Not just the step fractures and stuff like that, but the actual mineral deposits and ash pockets. And it's warm again today, so I don't have my long sleeves, so I'll be brushing flakes off my arms here on a constant basis. In case you're wondering what I'm doing. And yeah, I use the abrader. Take those flakes off. Oops. Yeah. These are not natural abraders, they're artificial grinding wheels for they're pieces of grinding wheels for bench grinders. Yep. Just buy a bench grinder wheel and break it into 4 pieces. Each piece ends up looking something like this. See the little hole in the middle? Yep, I think it's a 6-inch grinding wheel for a bench grinder. And last time I went to go buy some, they didn't have a choice of grit. So I just bought whatever they had. And I'm making doo-doo with what I got. But if you order online, you can get anything you want. Some hardware stores are stupid. Yeah. you won't be able to find the stuff that you need at some of the hardware stores. Let's see. Yeah, it's hit and hope, or hit and pray. Hit and pray that it doesn't break in half. I want to be able to offer these in the auction, just for grins and giggles, so you guys can grin and giggle about these things when you get them. Did it work? Come on. Yuck. Doesn't look that great. Darn it. Yeah, it does not look that great. We shall see. Hopefully it doesn't end up to be a little micro arrowhead. Little mini one. I don't want a little mini arrowhead. Those are too easy. Maximize the size. That's the hard part. You don't want to see easy. You guys don't want to see easy. I don't want to see easy when I'm watching a video. I want to see the avoidance of disaster. How do you avoid disaster? Just remember to tiptoe. Tiptoe through the tulips. It helps avoid disaster. But you tiptoe too much, and tiptoe yourself right over the edge of a cliff. All right, here goes. This is not a tiptoe. This is an aggressive strike. That did not go far enough. I could feel it right away when I struck it that it wasn't going. Yep. I don't see a clear path into that area. I do need to symmetritize it. Maybe that'll give me a path into that area. Maybe. I don't know. Clear path into that area. Might be able to pick at it. Maybe. Yeah, so I'm just looking for areas that I can pick. Only clear path I can see would be right through here. That's not the ideal situation, but that's the only clear path I can see. And it'll leave some mess right there. Oh well. This hole is going to be precariously close to the edge once I get it symmetrical. I don't think that flake went very far. Let's see if it did it. Straight from the middle of the base. Let's see if it did it. Where's my pick? Voila. Magic. And I did not tiptoe with that one. That one was a hard strike. And it was with steel. Yep, breaking all the rules. And with indirect percussion. All the rules are broken. Because everyone used to say that you couldn't do this with steel. Yeah. Or indirect percussion. With both, that would be sacrilege. Yep. Used to be. Until some wise guy came along. Alright, let's try to thin this. Let us try to thin. It didn't really go where I wanted. What I wanted was for it to travel up this way. This way, but it went down this way. It did manage to eliminate some nasty stuff there, but I wanted to go this way. Now I got to do another flake into that area from right up here. Hopefully I can get the step fracture from the other side, from this side, somehow. It's gonna make me want to pick that off. Maybe I can pick it off. Let's see. Because it's the path of the flake from the other side is not that good, and I don't want to lose too much width. Let's see. So I picked it, and it did flake right there. See that little cone shaped thing? The flake scar. Let's see if I can pick it some more. Since that works so well. It works swell. Yeah. Well, let's see. I'm gonna have to shoot a flake. It's not cleaning up. It looks nasty. Yeah, I'm going to do it now. I'll weaken it now. Like I'm not supposed to. I'm supposed to weaken the tip later. But I'm going to weaken it now so I can get rid of that lump. And the step fracture. The lump and the accompanying step fractures. And nasties. Flakes are flying. I'm spending way too much time on this particular one. But, oh well. That's why I'm going to make the videos. Alright, that's why I make videos, so I can show you guys how to do the impossible. Yep. Oh, that didn't work. That didn't even go. That's scary. Did that go? Did it do it? Or did it do too much? I don't know. Oh, got lucky. But it didn't even go all the way. Got lucky in a way that I didn't overshoot. But it stopped right before that. Beautiful flake. Let's see. Beautiful wide flake. All the potential in the world to travel far, but it didn't. It just stopped right in front. It stopped. But maybe I can pick it. Yeah. All right. Pick it from the other side. You know what I mean? Pick it like this. Maybe I can get that to continue. It's slipping. Oh, it did shoot a little bit. When I picked it there, it did shoot a little flake into that area. And I saw a little bit of white powdery stuff go poof into the air. Come on. Just put some mineral oil on it. Yeah, that'll do. But there's some kind of defect in the stone right there. So I'm just going to leave it. Yep. What am I going to do now? I'm not going to continue. I'm going to keep trying to clean this up. With nice big wide cleaning flakes. Is that a Flintknapping term, the cleaning flakes? Oh yeah. It is on this channel. I can make up any kind of words I want on my channel. Just like everybody else. I don't know. Can I make it look cleaner than that? That's a tough one. I'm gonna have to pick it. So yeah, I'm gonna sharpen this up. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to pick this that way. Okay, all right. Yeah, pick it so you don't have to run a flake. Pick all that stuff out of there. That's good enough. Good enough. Yep. All right. Let's finish this out with pressure. If I don't drop it. Can you see? No? It's all right. Don't worry. Nobody else can either. Ouch. No steps. Ouch. Lots of step fracturings. Just don't snap in the middle. You can step fracture a little bit, but don't snap in the middle. I know you got lots of defects, but don't snap in the middle. I bet you it wants to. I bet you. That's why I left it thick. I left it thicker not because I want to make it quicker, but because it's going to be very weak in the middle because of all the defects. Should I make an obsidian shark tooth? That would be interesting, maybe. Yeah, too interesting for us. I'm not gonna do it. Wonder if there's such a thing as white obsidian. Probably not. I would make a obsidian shark tooth out of white obsidian if there was such a thing. Yep. Ooh, that was an interesting flake. That was wide instead of long. No, that was long. Never mind. Yeah, it went this way, next to the hole. Zoop. Yeah, I'm probably just going to leave it as a triangle. I don't know where to put notches in it. I don't know where I could put notches that would look good. Yeah. I don't know. What are you doing here? It's flaking weirdly. That's better. The flakes were releasing way too easy. Alright, let's see if I can pick this. Yes. Wait, you say, you should upbraid it. Don't back scratch. Do the upbraiding thing. Yeah, it's a good idea. Do the upbraiding thing. The upbraidy bunch. Bunch of upbraiding. Just don't snap on me. You biting your nails yet? If you are not, you will. Soon enough. I'm going to do some more thinning here in a minute. Why? Just to see the potential. What do you guys... Nothing registers until you see the potential. Then you go, okay, now I see the potential, now it all registers. But before then, if you don't reach the full potential, they don't see anything. Yeah. Well, you didn't take it to the extreme. I didn't see anything. I don't recall anything that I just saw because it wasn't taken to the extreme. Yep. It happens. The brain is a weird thing sometimes with some people. Okay. What am I going to do with it? Am I just going to leave it as a triangle like this? Do I sharpen the barbs a little bit, or do I put barbs on it? I don't know. I'm going to leave it as a triangle, most likely. I could put serrations on it. I could try to thin it a little bit more. Told you I was going to make you bite your nails by thinning it more, but now that I'm looking at it, there's way too many holes and defects and cracks and stuff. I don't think I would do it. I don't think I will do it. No, I don't think I'm going to thin it down anymore. Just going to work on the edge. I'm just trying to get rid of lumpy spots, and then I'm going to work on the symmetry down here. Removing material so it matches the other side. This is going to be a long video because I'm going to do the other two pieces of obsidian on this video. Same video. Yep. Just, I don't want to drop this. I know if I drop it, it'll land right on the point. Yep. Man, flakes are going everywhere. See if I can show you. Did they go right? They like to go right where I don't want them to go. Hold on. Right there in the, right where my elbow is, where I bend my arm. They don't like to go anywhere else except there. Yeah. I'm not making it up. I'm not making it up. That's where they go. Is it symmetrical? Has it been symmetrized? Kinda, sorta. I could do better. Yeah. Let's see. Let's clean this up a little bit first, and then we can symmetrize it. Can't see, huh? The little yellow focus box was off. Sneaky, sneaky. I just got myself with a flake. All right, gloves back on. Look at that. All right, gloves back on. Can't even be without gloves for 1 second or 5 seconds or whatever it was. How did I do that? Well, I just touched my pant leg. Just touched it. And the flake was on my pant leg. Yeah. Okay. That's it for that one. Let's move on to the next one. All right, so this one looks symmetrical. I'm going to go and work on the next one. Okay, I left that little pocket in there. It's not banded or anything. I don't think this obsidian is banded. It's just clear, sort of smoky obsidian. All right. Next one. I'll save the easiest one for last, because it's already, the one that's got all the ash pockets is how do I say, mostly done, mostly finished. Okay, let's adjust the camera. That was a very flaky session, that last session. I'm going to try to remove that last remnant of original surface there. Now like that. Let's see if it did it. Oh yes. Did you place your bets? No. Gotta start betting on this stuff. Yeah, you don't want to just waste all your time watching stuff. Gotta place your bets. Get some money. All right, I gotta symmetritize it now. I gotta make it symmetrical. Yep. And thin it down at the same time. Thinning and shaping at the same time is always fun. Always. I remember it was the hardest thing for me to do for years. Thinning and shaping at the same time. Couldn't do it. It took me years to learn how to thin and shape at the same time. How many years? At least 5 years. At least. And I saw a lot of artifacts that had the signs of being shaped and thinned at the same time, because there was no repair on the edge after thinning. It was just thinning flakes, but no repair. That means they did it at the same time. The thinning flakes were the shaping flakes. Yeah. Took me forever. And it's still, if I don't focus on it, I can't do it. It's still difficult. But it gets easier with time, for sure. And I still am not completely proficient at it, but I don't have to think about it too much anymore. It just naturally occurs. So it's one of those things that naturally occurs with skill. Like parallel flaking. It naturally occurs with skill. You don't really have to focus on it. After a while, you'll eventually just do it that way, because it's efficient. As long as the material cooperates. If you don't have cooperative material, then you just got to do it at random. Yeah, it's got to cooperate for you to do the parallel flaking, but it's just a natural extension of your skill. just like shaping and thinning at the same time. It's efficient as long as the material cooperates. So sometimes you cannot do it. That's why you see some of the artifacts have a flattened cross section, which means they flake first and then they trim around the edges because they cannot shape and flake at the same time. The material is either too hard, too cruddy, or some reason. Yep. So I'm shaping and thinning at the same time because Obsidian does cooperate. It will cooperate, especially high quality Obsidian like this. This is good stuff. This is better. I like this better than the black butter Obsidian. Oh yes. Even though sometimes it acts up by being too strong on the edge. I gotta exert too much force. It makes me worry about snapping the whole thing. It makes me worry too much. Yeah. But yeah, those flakes, they just come off like that. So nice. Yeah. It cooperates. Yeah, see that? Feather terminations doesn't dive in like the Obsidian, the black butter Obsidian. Feather terminates, not too much crushing in the beginning. It'll blast through step fractures sometimes, or most of the time. Yeah, I would say this stuff will blast through a step fracture most of the time. So you can do direct attacks on step fractures, which is so nice for a change. Instead of having to come sneak around and hit it on the flanks. Yeah. It requires a lot of thinking to outflank these areas when you're doing damage control. You know, the mind defaults to a direct attack. That's what the brain wants to do. But you gotta go, no, hold on. We gotta think it through here. We gotta sneak around and hit him from the flank. Can't just dive right in. Those are the difficult materials. And what's funny is a lot of the times that I see stuff made of good material, it's kind of crude, so I don't know what they're doing. I see some of the crudest points made on some of the best material possible. Yeah. And then I see some really nice material. I see a really nice flaking on bad material. Relatively speaking. Relative to the nice material. Sometimes I see artifacts that are made very well on this nasty material. Where if you were thinking mathematically, you would think the preponderance of good looking artifacts are made on good material. But it seems to be random and no preponderances. You never know. I think that a lot of the good looking points were made on some of the best material, or the best of the batch, not the best in the world, but the best material of the batch. I think there's a good case for that. But as far as the best material in the world, I don't know if I've seen, except maybe the Sweetwater biface, the best piece made on the best material possible. That's rare. that Sweetwater biface is rare on many levels. That's why it gets all the attention. People focus on the 1% of the 1%, or the 0.01% of the 0.01% of the 0.01%. So I mean 1 out of a million. Yeah. If you can find something that's 1 out of a million, you are guaranteed attention. It has to be on the good side. It can't be like, this is the ugliest point, 1 in a million. No, there's no other point nearly as ugly. No, it has to be a nice looking point. Yep. Then you got these goober heads that go around on the internet and say, if I don't see someone making it like the Sweetwater, they ain't got no skill. Yeah. They're not that bad, but you know what I mean. I'm saying that so that you guys will post some of your stuff. Just post some of your stuff. A lot of you guys sound like you've been napping forever, but you don't post any of your stuff. I want to see, 30 years of napping experience. What does it yield? I want to see how you're doing after 30 years. Or did you go into flake over grind? After 20 years, you went, oh, heck with this. I'm going to go to flake over grind for the next 10 years. Yeah. I got to take care of my heart, my brain. I'm going to do them pretty parallel flaking points from here on in. Is that what you did? I've heard a lot of these guys, the flake over grind guys, they go, I've been doing this 20 years. But they probably have not done only the flake over grind for 20 years. First 15, they were doing regular napping, copper and antler. Yep. I know how it is. I'm very tempted to start doing the parallel flaking on purpose. Not just because I can do it on some areas on the point on purpose, but because it's overall the whole business of creating slabs specifically to flake with parallel flakes can be used for production work to make a bunch of points. Yeah. Instead of having to deal with this random stuff, random size nodules, random material, thicknesses, random techniques, to random damage control. Everything's random and inconsistent. I overshot that. See that? I overshot it. Not supposed to. It left a little divot out of the side, on the other side. It didn't overshoot a lot, but even those little overshoots, I don't like them. But I'm taking a risk. Every time I hit, I'm taking the risk of overshooting. Because these are thinning flakes. You got to take risks with thinning flakes. That's one of the rules of flint napping. Thinning flakes are risky. Very risky. See that? That almost took off the other side. No, it did take off a little bit. So I got two of them. Got one there, and one there. Because it went clear across. But what happens is the primary flake didn't go clear across. See, it stopped right there. But there was a little ridge right here that it bumped up against, and there was another ridge over here. It pushed on that ridge and pushed on that ridge. This one didn't do anything. It just kind of terminated there. It looks like just terminated a little bit on the edge. This one took a bunch of it off, but it expanded out, took a bunch off. But the primary flake stopped right there. But it'll hit a ridge and then keep pushing. Yep, that's the danger. But you gotta take the chances if you want to get it thin. Yep. That didn't work. What's up with that? That one didn't work that well either. All right, what's going on? Is it not abraded enough? Or maybe I didn't abrade it at all? I thought I did. I thought I abraded the whole edge. Did it do it? I want it to be thin. Yeah, it kind of did it. Did that do it? Oh, that's starting to get way too risky to be shooting those thinning flakes. Oh yeah. I'm gonna do it again though. Let's see. I got to do all the way down the edge. Wouldn't be right if I stopped in the middle. I got to do a pass all the way down. Doom, boom, doom, doom, doom. That's what they sound like. You didn't hear it? Doom, doom, doom. All the way down. Yeah, the sound of doom. See what I did there? Now, nobody saw it. Dude, nobody saw it, dude. Yeah, I know. Okay, let's see. Why doom? Because it's at any moment the world could end and your piece gets broken in half, or you have one of those controlled overshots. It ruins everything. The controlled overshots are the ones that ruin everything. Yeah. You thought it was the opposite, huh? You thought the controlled overshot is the one that made everything great. Makes everyone ooh and ah. Ooh, ah, ooh. Yeah, maybe you're right. But if you control one overshot, you control them all. That's what I say. It's all controlled. The bad ones, the good ones. It's either all controlled or none of it's controlled. Right? I guess. This side is giving me trouble. Why? It's because I'm trying to do too much with too little. The other side had nicer areas to strike. These areas are all kind of wonky. And I don't want to hit too hard because it's thin. It's very thin. If I hit too hard, that's all she wrote. Don't write no more. Okay, did it do it? Or did it take off the side? Oh, it took off the side. Yep, took off the side. There you go. See? That's what the controlled overshot looks like. See, the initial flake, let me show you. The initial flake didn't go that far. It just went to there, but it found the ridge and pushed on it. Why did I take that chance? So I can get it thin. It's thinner now. Yeah. Much thinner. I like it. Just happened to be more narrow now too. And I did it again. Did I go to the other side again? Maybe. Luckily not. But look how thin it got. So beautiful. Yep. I just gotta pressure it now. Use pressure on it to get it finished out, because that's it. I'm not going to do any more. No more thinning, because it defeats its purpose. If I have to make it more narrow, it gets thick proportionately. Width to thickness ratio gets messed up if I have to take off the width, which I do. I got to take off the width now to get rid of that overshot. And the width to thickness ratio just got worse. So there's diminishing returns on thinning if you don't do it right. How do you do it right? You avoid the overshots if you want to do it right. I'm going to keep saying that in as many videos as possible. Yep. It can be annoying about it. I can be very annoying about it. Can you see? Can you see? I can't see. I can't see. Maybe you can't see. We'll try to keep the width to thickness ratio by thinning at the same time we're shaping. How's that? This time with pressure. This time I'm using pressure to thin and shape at the same time. And of course, people are walking by me. And there's glass everywhere. Everywhere. Pieces of glass everywhere. The little pieces, the ones that matter. The big ones you can always see and pick up and not deal with. It's the little ones that get you. So am I thinning and shaping? I'm trying to. That way I don't have messed up ratio. And no, the ratio is not the same with Flintknapping as it is with social media. Okay? Just so you know. Let's see. If you're just tuning in, you don't know what the ratio is. I'm not gonna tell you. You gotta watch the rest of the video. So I'm just kind of beveling and picking off the serrations. I don't want it serrated. Why? Because then I have to go back and serrate the other edge too. Which reminds me, I need to thin down the lumps on the other side. That didn't work that great. I tried to get a good pressure flake off of that side, and it didn't. I was able to generate lots of pressure, but it didn't go anywhere. I don't know, is that side not working? I don't want to have to abrade every single time. All right, it's slipping, so abrading probably would be a good idea. But I'm not known for always obeying the good ideas or always going with the best idea possible. I'm known for that. I'm known for not doing what I'm supposed to do. Yep. How is it that I get these arrowheads thin then if I don't do what I'm supposed to do? It's one of the mysteries of the universe. Yeah. It's like the people that complain about what you're supposed to do don't know what they're talking about, right? It's kind of like that. That's why it's such a mystery. Can't make it that obvious. Nope. I'm just going to make it symmetrical and make it sharp, as sharp as I possibly can. Yeah, you might say if I don't obey the rules of flint knapping, then if I get it thin, it's just luck. But then they turn around and say luck is not a major part of flint knapping. So which one is it? Which one is it? I know you want to have both, but you can't have both. Luck has got to be a major part, or it isn't a major part. I'm not saying I'm not lucky. Oh, because I do get lucky. Oh yes, I'll be the first to admit luck is a major part, especially in my flint knapping, because I take a lot of risks. I'm not going to take more risks on this one though. I'm pretty much done, because if I do any more, it's going to get too narrow. Yeah, I'm going to mess up the edges. I just want to get rid of the thick areas. Man, I cannot keep track of that focus box. It's driving me insane. It forgets what it's supposed to be focusing on. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it. Yep. Okay, I'm going to work on the next one. Okay, next one. So hopefully this one will go well. Brush all the flakes off, or try to. It's actually hot enough to be sweaty, so the flakes are sticking. Hold on a second. I got a ton of flakes on my arm. And I forgot to brush them off before I turn the camera back on. I don't like them right there in the pit of my elbow. That's where a lot of them are. Okay. And obsidian flakes, they're flat, very flat. So they stick and look like glitter. Arms look like they're covered with glitter. All right, let's do the feet too. Just so you guys know what you gotta do. Knapping glass. Yep. Oh, I feel a piece of glass in my heel. Come on. Where is it? I shouldn't be so nonchalant about trying to find that one. Could have been a piece of grass, or something else, and not glass. We have prickly grass around here. Oh yes. Yeah, some of you guys can analyze. You guys are sock analysts, right? You can analyze some people by the type of socks they wear. Do an analysis on my socks and put it in the comments. Yeah. Shoes too. There you go. I brushed off the obsidian flakes, and what do I get? I don't know what I got a mess. Maybe I should have gone inside and washed them off. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's probably what I should have done. But I don't want to go inside with all the flakes all over me. I don't want to do it. Why do I put this on film? You're going to see everything. Oh yeah, you're going to see everything. Long format videos. So this is the last one. All I'm going to do is pressure flake on this one. If I can. If I have to do a little bit of percussion shaping or something like that, I will, but I'm going to try to do the rest of this only with pressure. Yeah. I mean, I can do it only with pressure. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. I don't have to try. I can actually do. There's only a do. There is no try. Yeah. Right? Who came up with that one? There's only do or not do. There is no try. I think what happens is, you do, but you fail. That's a try. If you do and fail, that's a try. Yep. Of course, you don't know until afterwards, so. You guys taking philosophy, you know about the teleological stuff, the teleological fallacies, where you define something by the result or by the ending. The ending determines the beginning. Like, let's say an acorn ends up in a squirrel's stomach. Does that mean the acorn is squirrel food only? That's the definition of an acorn, squirrel food, because we found it in a squirrel's stomach. That's the result of it. No. Same thing goes with other results. You don't define something by the result, because you're leaving out a bunch of other possibilities. What other possibilities are you ignoring? But there's some philosophical outlooks in life that ignore almost everything except what they think is the truth. Yeah. Willful ignorance. That's one of the main problems in the world. You willfully ignore. Willful ignorance. It's so common and prevalent and so widespread, and it's even accepted as a tactic for life. Yeah. Some people live their life that way, by ignoring everything except what they think is stuff they should be paying attention to. All right, let's see. Am I gonna? Yeah, I'll be able to do the rest of this with pressure. Yep. As long as I don't snap a big area off of it, I'll be in good shape. Shaping and thinning at the same time. And if it wasn't for the high quality of the base substance, like the basic type of obsidian is good quality, I wouldn't be able to pressure flake through all those ash pockets if it wasn't for the high quality of the obsidian itself. Yeah. So I think that's it. I'm not going to worry about getting it really thin. I'm done with it. I'm done with the thinning, showing the thinning, because I'll push my luck too much. I pushed my luck a lot with the other one just before this, but that had the best quality of obsidian out of these three. So I was pretty confident to take risks with it. But this one, I don't know. If I try to thin this down a whole lot, chances are I'll hit a spot that's got a lot of pockets right in a row. And it'll just break along that row of pockets, like a tearing paper along a dotted line. Oh yes. How do I know? I don't know. That's it. Yeah, that's it. All right, I got to go in and wash up. And I think that's it for obsidian for the week. Yeah, maybe next week I'll do another obsidian one, but maybe after 2 weeks. So that's it. Yeah. I snuck in this Band-Aid when you guys weren't looking. Yep. I gotta sneak another one in here somewhere. All right, so I left a little bit of that overshot on this side. No one would ever know that's an overshot. Okay. So I got these three. They'll all be available together as a set. They're smaller than you thought, huh? In the auction, I'm going to sell these as a set. Yep. The longest one is 3 1/8. How wide is my hand? Because I tend to measure stuff, my hand width. Compare mine to yours and you can see the maximum width on my hand is like 3.5 inches. Yeah. Some guys got a 5-inch long width there. 5-inch width, but not me. All right. Which reminds me, I'm going to start making bows. Yeah. What is my fist meal? Fist meal? Yeah. 6 inches. Yeah. If you don't know what the fist meal is, look it up. Fistmele. All right. I don't know if I pronounce it right, but that's it. There you go. Is it beautiful? I think so. Obsidian is very nice, and this is a high quality obsidian if it wasn't for all the nasty inclusions. Some of the best quality obsidian. Alrighty, let's take a photo for the thumbnail. Beautiful photos. Let's see. And that's it.